Hi, welcome to this masterclass. Just waiting to make sure that I am streaming and I have audio on Facebook because you never know. Hi. And yes, perfect. We have. So welcome to this masterclass that is going to be all about lead generation. And the reason why I wanted to host this training is, first of all, that to do lead generation or to generate leads of any kind, either if it's daily lead or if it's lead for a workshop, is something that we see a lot of people struggle with. We also run a workshop last week where we did a lot of lead generation for, and then I have run 3 workshops throughout the last 3 months. And I wanted to share a little bit around that and share a little bit how we can generate so many leads. So we generate hundreds of leads for every single workshop or everything that we kind of do. And there are some keys why we can generate so many leads, and that is why I wanted to share this training. So if you're watching me, please let me know if you feel like you struggle with lead generation, you want to generate more leads, or you want to generate higher qualified leads, because it can also be that you get a lot of people's attention, but it's not the right kind of people. So I would love for you to share in the comment section if that is you, because if that is not you, I guess you are not in the right training, right? So I want you to share with me if you either struggle with generating leads or you struggle with generating the qualified leads. So I'm going to see, so I can see the video or comment section. So we have some key elements. So when people kind of drop into this live, make sure that you comment if you either struggle with generating leads in general, or if you struggle with the quality of the leads that you generate. And there are some key components to how we can generate so many leads. And I'm going to go through them. So make sure you do have pen and paper. And we have a lot of people that have joined from outside of this group just to watch this training. And for you who don't know me, so my name is Angela. I'm a virtual event sales expert, and I help my clients attract and turn leads from cold to sold in days instead of months using virtual events. So one of our specialty, one of our expertise is to generate leads for virtual events. It can be workshop, webinars, challenges, live launches. So that is what we help our clients do. And I didn't start out doing what I do today. So I started out in another niche, health and wellness. And I built that business to 6 figures doing 1 challenge and 1 webinar. And lead generation was a huge part of that because I didn't know how to do any kind of sales between the launches. And it wasn't that I didn't want to, I didn't know how to. And to learn that, I needed to hire myself a sales coach because I couldn't take people from social media into a conversation and into a call and close them. I didn't have the skill set for that. That is something I learned later. So I started to mastering lead generation specifically for my events. And then back then, this is like 6 years ago, 5.5 years ago, I actually only run them in Facebook groups using Facebook Live. Now we run our events on Zoom. So we stream, of course, into Facebook, but we run them outside of Facebook. So thank you so much, Susan. I very much struggle with qualified leads. So then this workshop, this masterclass is perfect for you. So that is where I come from. And about 3.5 years ago, I would say 4 years ago, I pivoted into what I do today, which is helping other people do virtual events to sell their offers in the capacity 1 to many. So, and enroll clients in bulk, okay? But this is going to be strictly about lead generation. So we're going to go through some things. So do have pen and paper. Pay attention because this is a really high valuable masterclass, okay? So, and at the end, I'm going to invite you to an event that I am going to run that is going to run over 4 weeks that have only about lead generation and marketing, okay? So you want to stay until the end and get that invitation to that live event. It's a live event. So number 1, why do you need leads? Why do we need leads every single day? The biggest reason is that if you don't generate new people into your ecosystem every single day, you are going to run out of people to sell to. So you are going to stop grow. That happens to most entrepreneurs that actually starts out. So they have a small community. They have their friends, family, maybe a small following or something. They start an online business and they do pretty well until they run out of people to sell to. So they stop grow. And then they think they are doing something wrong. So they start pivoting into whatever they are doing, when the key is that they are not putting new people in top of the funnel. Because you have three fundamentals in a business: lead generation, lead nurturing, and lead conversion. You generate new people coming into your ecosystem. You build like, know, and trust with those people. That is the nurturing. And then you sell to those people. That is the only funnel. That is the funnel. That is as simple as that. But if you struggle on top of the funnel, everything else is going to be hard. It's going to be hard to nurture. You have no one to nurture. It's going to be hard to sell because you have no one to sell to. And so it's really important to always put new people. That doesn't replace the nurturing process, because if we don't nurture our audience, what is going to happen? You will always try to sell to cold leads. And that is way harder than selling to warm leads, right? And then, of course, we need to sell. But now we're going to focus on the top of the funnel. So we need new people inside every single day in some capacity. That doesn't mean you need to have 400 people joining every single day, okay? But in some capacity, people in every single day. And I'm not talking about that they need to sign up for something. It's new people that come into ecosystem somehow. They can join your group, download a freebie, send a friend request, or connect on LinkedIn. They are potential clients. That is a lead, right? So it's not always that they actually sign up for something. It's when new people come in, you come across new people that enter your ecosystem, okay? That is why we need leads every single day. And then I want to share a little bit about the difference between lead generation and lead nurturing, because when it comes to doing marketing, kind of building your brand online, sharing informational content, sharing inspirational content, building like, know, and trust with your audience, that is one thing, right? Lead generation for an event is a one-time transaction. You give a freebie, you give an event, you give a training, whatever, and you get their email address, right? A fast transaction like this. To only focus on lead generation is really short-sighted. You also need the nurturing, the marketing, the brand building, right? That is the middle part of the funnel. But we are going to focus this training on the kind of one-time transaction. But you can think about this as you pick kind of a fruit from a tree, right? The marketing, the brand building is grow that tree so we can pick more fruit, right? We're going to focus today on specifically the lead generation, okay? So now I'm going to go through some of the key points of the reason why we can generate so many leads every single day into our ecosystem. Number one, mindset. That might sound mindset about lead generation. I can tell you mindset is the biggest reason why people struggle with leads, okay? And the reason for that is that we don't see lead generation as a service to our market, okay? But lead generation can actually be of huge service to your market, and it can be really fun. Because when you built out a workshop, or you built out a freebie, or you built out a training, it does not matter, that solves the number one problem of your dream client, you are being of service, right? So when you invite people to download that freebie, join that training, you are actually being of service to those people. That is how you need to see lead generation. But as soon as we mention lead generation, we directly think about strategy. I need more strategy. When in reality, lead generation strategies, simple. They are so easy. It's usually our mindset that stands in the way, because we feel we are spammy. We feel like we talk about our business all the time. We feel like we can't invite people because we bug people. And that actually make it all about you. And lead generation is not about you. It's about them, because you are solving their problem. You're not solving your own problem. The lead generation is not for you. The content is not for you, right? Your freebie is not for you. Your freebie is solving their biggest problems, right? So you need to shift that mindset. And I talk about this a lot, both when it comes to lead generation, but also when it comes to sales. But lead generation is of huge service to your market, and you need to be loud and you need to be proud of the way that you help people. If you built out a 3-day workshop that helps people learn how to scale on Instagram, and struggle with scaling on Instagram is something your dream clients struggle with, and you invite them to take part of your workshop, you're being of service to those people, right? That is how you need to see lead generation. If you don't, you're standing in your own way, because you are going to feel like you bug people, or I can't invite people because what if they say no, or whatever, and you make it all about you. And lead generation is absolutely not about you. It also is that your mindset and your willingness and your commitment need to be aligned with the millions of dollars that you want to make. So let's say you run a workshop and you want 500 people signed up for that workshop, right? Your energy to hand out those invitations to that workshop needs to match what you want that workshop to do for you. So if you want 500 people and you want to make $50,000 from that workshop you have created, your energy to hand out invitations to people to join needs to match that. Because if it doesn't, it's like having a party and you don't invite anyone. And then you have that party, which is your workshop. And then you sit there and you feel bummed that, oh my God, nobody showed up. Well, to have a party that people join, you need to start by inviting them, right? So I usually say that your mindset needs to be aligned with the millions of dollars that you want to make over here. And that comes down to being committed to actually hand out invitations here, to actually do the lead generation and not posting and hope for the best, right? Because it doesn't work. Build it and they will come just doesn't work. It's a lie, okay? Just doesn't work anymore. So that is kind of the mindset, a huge part. And I worked with my own mindset a lot, especially when it comes to lead generation and sales. So that is one of the biggest keys to how we can generate leads, because I'm really proud and I'm really loud about the way that we help people. I'm really proud when I invite people to participate in our workshops, because I know they're so valuable. I'm proud to invite people to this masterclass because I know I'm going to share massive amount of value. It's a service to you. If you struggle with lead generation, this is a gift to you. I'm handing it over to you, and I'm really proud of that. This workshop is not about me. I know how to generate leads, no offense, but I do know that. That is our expertise. I'm doing this for you that struggle with lead generation. All right, so that is key, number one. Number two, clarity. All right, if you don't know who the person is that you want to work with, who you want to invite, yeah, you're going to generate either no leads or the wrong kind of leads. The easiest way to generate more leads after you step out of your own way is to master your messaging. You might talk around their problem, right? But you are probably being clever when you need to be clear, right? So what you want to think about is, how do my dream client describe their problem? What do they actually say? Not what you think they need or what you as an expert know or whatever. What do they actually say? And that starts with something we talked a lot about this workshop, market research. If you haven't done that, this is where you need to start. Because the biggest problem where you generate the wrong kind of leads or no leads is the messaging. As soon as you step in your own way and you are out there, is to clarify that message. That can be done in a lot of ways, right? So it's all about who do you want to attract? So mindset, messaging, the clarity in the message that you put out there when you want to generate these leads, okay? Number three, we have a really strategic plan when it comes to generate leads, especially for virtual events. You can't just post 3 times and hope that 300 people are going to sign up. It's at least 21 touch points before somebody signs up or somebody takes action, okay? And if you then want 300 people, you understand the amount of invitation, the commitment of the invitations you need to do. You can't just throw up a post every second day for 2 weeks and hope that everyone is going to see it, because they don't. Only like 5 to 6% of your followers actually see the content that you put on your social media, which means you need to have a plan. How are you going to do it? When are you going to do it? Where are you going to post it? Where are your dream clients hanging around? Where are they? How are you going to promote for them there? How are you going to send out the invitations? When are you going to send out the invitations? What emails are you going to send out to your list? When are you going to send them out? How it's going to look like? What do I need to put in those emails? A really strategic plan, because what's going to happen otherwise is if you are going to go into lead generation for a virtual event and you're going to post for the sake of posting, it's just not going to work, right? There needs to be a lead generation plan. And that also include a plan to increase your visibility before you start lead generation. Because otherwise it's going to take kind of, I don't know, maybe 5, 6, 7 days. So let's say you post consistently like this. You're really consistent in your lead generation, but you have no visibility. It's going to take some time before people start seeing those posts. But you want them to see post number 1 and all the posts that you're going to post, which means you need to look at your visibility. Who are you visible for? How do you increase that? We do that really strategically with something that we call the visibility hour, where we strategically go out and increase our visibility for 10 days before we start the lead generation for an event. And that is a huge key, because when we start the lead generation, we have maximum visibility for the people that we want to invite. The rest, we don't care about, okay? We don't care about that. The people that are not your people, don't care about them, okay? Care about the person, the person that you want to help. Your dream client, I usually call my dream client Sophia. Your Sophia, that is the only person that you should care about. The other people that don't care so much about the people that are not there, okay? Care about the people that are there, your dream client, okay? You want to become as visible as possible for them. So what we do, the reason why we can generate so many leads in so short time, is that we have spent some days, maybe 5 to 10 days, increasing our visibility. Then we start lead generate, okay? Which means we have maximum visibility on our posts, on our social media, okay? And we call it the visibility hours. And that is included in our plan. So when we plan out lead generation with our clients, we plan out the visibility days, depending on what they are going to do, what kind of event. Let's say you do a webinar. We don't do 4 weeks of lead generation for a webinar, right? We maybe do 10 days, right? So you want to add those visibility days. And then we add the 10 days. How are we going to post? When, how, when, right? That is the plan. And other key is that up until the event almost kind of start, we post and we promote the event in itself. So let's say we have a webinar starting on Thursday. We would continue promoting all the way in. A lot of people kind of, yeah, but now it's just a day before, now it's the same day. That is when most people sign up. Most people sign up the same day or 2 days before. But you can't just start posting 2 days before and think that is going to help, because 21 touch points. There needs to be lead generation for multiple days, because one person might see your post here 10 days before. The same person see your post 7 days before. That person might sign up on the last post, okay? Which means even if most people sign up the last day, doesn't mean most people saw those posts. They have probably seen a lot of posts before that. Okay, so it takes some time. People need to see the content multiple times before they sign up. Okay, so a plan: when, where, how, where are my people hanging around? Okay, and another thing that is important is to, and if you have any questions, I have Facebook up. Okay, so I can see the comments if you have any comments or any questions that comes up, and I can go back to them. Okay. So the next thing that is a key for us is that we bulk create lead generation content. So before we start lead generation, before we go into the visibility days, we actually have all the lead generation content created. And don't mistake that for the marketing content, the ordinary content. When I talk about lead generation content, it's specifically to get people to take action. So they are usually very short invitations. So in that, we have 7 questions. And if you join my live event, you're going to get those 7 questions. We're going to do the lead generation content in that event. We're going to create it. Okay. So we have 7 questions that we answer in that content. Short invitation. That can be different kind of format. It can be video, text, DM invitation, can be any kind, right? But the key is that they are short. They are inviting people to take action and join. And it could be downloading a freebie. It doesn't need to be an event, right? It could be downloading a freebie. So, but we have it created, because if you don't have it created before you start lead generation, you're going to end up like I did in my fitness business. So oh my God, I need a post today. Oh, what am I going to post? Oh, I need to take a picture. I need to go to the gym and take a picture for Instagram. And I went to the gym, took a picture, posted for the sake of posting. Next day, oh, same thing. Oh my God, I don't have a post today. You don't want to end up there, because you want to really focus on engaging in the lead generation content. So you just want to have copy, paste. And when you have find your lead generation content that works, rinse and repeat. I still use the same lead generation post today that I did 2020. Same posts. They work as well now. Rinse and repeat. Which means we only create a little bit of new content, because some content we say the date, the time, yeah, you can never use it again, right? But the key is that it's already created before you start your visibility boost, before you start your lead generation. And if you have maximized visibility, if you're already huge visibility for the right people, otherwise it doesn't matter. It needs to be for the right people. Can you skip the visibility days? Yes, absolutely, right? But most of us is visible, but for the wrong people. It's my Instagram, for an example. So when I started that Instagram years ago, I was a truck driver. Most people on my Instagram still truck drivers. Then I went into fitness, and I attracted, I don't know, 5,000 fitness people, right? They couldn't care less of what I do today. So it dropped from about 9,000 followers to now 4,500 or something. But still, I would say that 3,000 of them truck drivers. I don't want to be visible for them, right? But now Instagram is my platform. But you see the point. If I post something there, most people that comment and engage in that content, truck drivers, which I couldn't care less about. Right? So when I talk about visibility, it's for the right people. Otherwise, it doesn't matter. We need to start the visibility. Okay. But it needs to be created. The content needs to be created. So you never end up post for the sake of posting. It's the worst thing that you can do, right? So that is one of the other keys, okay? Because the last thing, the strategies are the most simple part of the entire lead generation. We teach 50 strategies, and I don't recommend anyone to use it, maybe 5 strategies, right? Because lead generation strategies are really, really, really simple. Number 1, mindset stands in the way, okay? Number 2, clarity in the message. You attract the wrong kind of people, or you attract no one because you try to speak to everyone. You're being clever when you need to be clear. You haven't spoken or doing any kind of market research or asked your dream client, what do you want? And how do you describe what you want? What are your struggles? And how would you describe your struggles? And then we do lead generation content from a place of an expert. You're not writing the lead generation content for yourself. You're not attracting yourself. You are attracting these people in their reality, right? Which means when those things are clear, we can create lead generation content that have clarity, right? We can set up a plan where we create visibility for the right people, because now we know the people because we are clear in our message, right? The strategies to then do the lead generation in itself, simple, most simple part. We spend maximum during those, let's say we do lead generation 10 days for a masterclass. for an example. If we do a webinar or a masterclass, we only do lead generation for 10 days. We boost our visibility maybe for 2 or 3 days. So let's say we have 14 days for the simple part of it. Those 14 days, we spend 1 hour on this per day. How many hours do you scroll in Facebook group, post your little link in 50,000 promote here posts, right? How many hours is that? Compared to switch that to 1 hour really strategically and generate leads like this, 20 per day that says, yes, I want to join. Yes, I want to download. Yes, this is me. I want that. It's a huge time saver, right? But this is something that we have worked out throughout. We have run 380 virtual events, right? I didn't start here, but we mastered this now. This is a part of what we teach our clients to do. That is why we could generate 249 leads or 259 leads to the 3-day workshop we ran last week. And we only did promotion for 14 days. That is why I was number 8 in the amount of leads that we generated for Amy Porterfield with her free downloads. She had 3 freebies, right? We were at number 8 and we are 2-man show. Number 8 of all the people that promoted, right? And that is why when we see, like, I usually call myself a consultant, because I believe that your business, you are the CEO of your own business, right? So I'm there to support you in whatever that you want to do. And then I can say, I think we should do it this way. So I had a client that struggled with getting people to sign up for her launch that starts now in the days, right? So we jump quickly on a call and we created 5 short invitations that she sent out to her email list. So she went from, I think she had 28 or 35 or something signups to 142 in 3 days, right? Just because we sent these emails. Because we know, when we know our dream client, it's really easy. Really easy. And I don't usually say things are easy because it's not easy to run a business, right? But it gets to be easy when you make it simple. As soon as you say, like, lead generation is hard, lead generation is pitchy, slimy, sleazy, I don't want to do that, I feel awkward, I, and you make it a lot about you, so you stand in your own way, then lead generation is hard. And as soon as lead generation is hard, everything else is going to be hard because you have no one to nurture. You have no one to sell to. It's simple, right? So those are really the key. You can call it marketing. So you can call it marketing or personal brand building, right? So when we do lead generation content and we do lead generation that is specifically for people to say, yes, I want to sign up, we do short invitations. But in our ordinary content that is there to nurture our audience, that is what I call the brand building. That is the nurturing process. I usually call it the marketing, right? You can call it whatever. It's the nurturing process. When we are doing lead generation, when we are in the period of generating leads, we of course use the ordinary content, the weekly live, the inspirational content, the content, educational content, for all those kind of posts to invite people as well, right? But when we are in lead generation for an event, we also do specific invitations that is short, concise, right to the point, right? Do you want to learn how to generate 5 figures doing webinars? That is a lead generation post. Yes, I want to learn that. Okay, I host a masterclass next week. This is the time, this is the date, here is the sign up. Short invitation, right? Do you want to learn how to cook vegan food without spending a fortune? Yes, I want to learn how to cook vegan food without spending a lot of money, right? Those kind of invitations, those goes out during the lead generation period. And then the ordinary content, of course, had invitations as well. But that in content is also there to build like, know, and trust and nurturing your audience, to build your personal brand, make you become the expert, the go-to person. You cannot only generate leads, because what's going to happen is that you don't nurture them. So you will always end up chasing leads. That is short-sighted. Like when people have signed up, honor them, nurture them, right? But we kind of forget that part. So we go directly from leads into sell, and we don't sell enough because they don't trust you enough. Then we go out and try to generate new leads. And we forget about the people that are right in front of us. That content is really important, that as well, not something to forget. But today we talk only about lead generation content. Get people to say, yes, sign up, yes, download, yes, join the training, yes, I want to do this, yes, that content. So we in our business separate this. That is why we master this, right? That is why we master it. That is why we can generate so many leads in so short period of time. Because as I said, it's really strategic because we separate lead generation from the nurturing content. It's two things in the way that we teach. That is one of the biggest thing. And that is what we are going to do in the upcoming event that I want to invite you to. And this is a 4-week event. It doesn't mean that you should be live with me every day for 4 weeks, okay? But what it is that I have the way that we teach our clients to do this and the way that we do it is, of course, part of our huge programs. So what I have done is that I pulled that out that is specifically for lead generation and the nurturing. Okay, we're not going to forget that, actually. So I have pulled that out, and that is a lot of recordings, right? But what I want to do is that I want to run an event that runs over 4 weeks and deep dive into lead generation with you. Okay. We are starting on Monday, so a week from now. So we're starting a week from now. You get instant access to the recording. So that is like a self-paced recordings. But then we are going to run deep dive into these trainings. So for an example, one training is lead generation mindset. And then we host a deep dive session inside of a Facebook group. And you can, of course, get the replays of that. And you keep the replays if you can't join live. We're also going to host Q&A sessions. So during those 4 weeks, you can actually create all the lead generation content, your entire lead generation and marketing plan, your visibility boost that we call it, visibility boost, everything throughout those 4 weeks, and start generating leads like this on almost on autopilot, only spending an hour per day. Okay, and compare that to how much time do you spend today trying to get people to download or whatever that it is that you want them to do. Okay. Inside, we are going to go through some of these key steps. So clarification, you are going to get our entire clarity module where you are going to learn how to get super clear in your messaging so we don't attract the wrong leads, okay? So it's the clarity. Then it's the huge lead generation part that is lead generation mindset, lead generation planning, lead generation content creation, visibility action steps that I said. You're going to get all the 50 strategies and how to qualify leads. Okay, how to do that qualification. If you have a specific, can you qualify leads for a call or for a workshop, right? But as I said, I don't want you to forget the nurturing process. So what are we also going to do is that we're actually going to look like content that converts, right? We're going to look how can we create content that converts people deeper into our ecosystem that goes from being a lead, maybe joined your Facebook group, into joining deeper so they start building the like, know, and trust, not only with a converting event, okay? How the foundation of this looks like. So I talk a little bit about educational content, inspirational content. We actually do this really strategically. It looks like I am online all the time, but I'm not. Because we do this really, really strategically. So we're not going to forget that part, how to do that, how to grow that audience that makes sense. So we have an audience that is the right people, raving fans that love you, trust you, and are already sold on your solution. Okay, they go deep, deep, deep into that funnel, and they are easier to close, right? They're easier to sell to those people that are really, really, really hot. And I'm going to throw in 2 bonuses. The first bonuses is the 4 weeks. We're to Q&A session, support, and the deep dive session. You get access to that for life. So we're going to move that into your course when we are done with the 4 weeks. So if you can't join all the sessions live, don't worry. You have the recordings and you can you can watch it later, okay? I'm also throwing in, so what we do when we do kind of the trial and error for a lot of lead generation content, we use a tracker. It's really important that you track how does your post works online, because otherwise you're going to post things that no one cares about, and you're going to keep on posting the same thing over and over again. Hopefully someone is going to see it, when in reality you want to track your performance of the content that you push out there. So we only find posts that works really well and move them into a rinse and repeat system, right? So you're going to get that content performance planner, okay? So it's a clarification, lead generation, content that converts, and the planner and the 4 weeks, okay? This, if I would have sold this kind of like a program, it would be about 1,500, but we're going to run this as an event, okay? So if you join before tomorrow, you are going to be able to access those 4 weeks for only $77, okay? So it's $77 for everything that I told you now, okay? Everything that I told you now. The only bonus kind of I want to add is that if you join today before midnight, I'm going to throw in a 20-minute clarification call with me. And we're going to suggest that we do that after you have gone through the little clarification training. And that is 3 sessions and 3 PDF files that I want you to go out and become really clear. Then we have that call, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, go through that. Because you can't go out and create content that attracts the wrong people. You need to be clear in who do you want to attract, what are the problems, struggles, frustration, fears, how do they say it, in what words do they say it, where are they hanging around, where am I going to attract them, where am I going to find them? That is the clarification. So you go through that, you jump on a call with me, we go through it together. That is the bonus. You need to join before midnight today, okay? You need to join before midnight today, Eastern Standard Time, of course. Eastern Standard Time, yes, Eastern Standard Time. $77 for entire thing, including the 4 weeks. And it's lifetime access, okay? This is the same content that my high-ticket clients use. So if and when, because I always update my programs about every 6 months. And when we update the trainings, you get access to those as well, because we are going to switch them inside of your recorded content, because you have lifetime access to that. So as long as I work with this, which is going to be for a long time, you are going to get access to the updates, right? Because this is the same thing that we use and my clients use. This is not something I throw together, sell, and don't care anymore. This is something that is going to be updated all the time. Why? Because the market changed. Look at what have happened the last years. You can't do the same thing. It's not going to work. The market changed, and we need to follow whatever is happening. So the link is in the comment section. I'm going to do a post in the Facebook group. This is only accessible inside if you're inside of my Facebook group. So you need to click on the link and just come and join. If you join until midnight, you also get a 30-minute clarification call with me after you have gone through the clarification module. We call it a module. And we start Monday. It's live sessions, and it's live Q&A session and live deep dive training. And you can get your lead generation content created, your marketing and lead generation plan, your visibility boost, how is that going to look like, and your ordinary content that needs to be converting in somehow, okay? Because content is not king, because you can push out massive amount of content that builds absolutely nothing for you, right? Content that converts is king. And I'm not talking about content that always converts into being a paid client. It converts for them to go deeper into that funnel, so they come closer to becoming closed, right? So content that converts is what you want to create. Otherwise, you're just adding noise to an already noisy market. That is not going to help you break through the noise. It's not going to help you stand out, right? So we're going to do that as well, because we have a lot of time. 4 weeks is a lot of time. We are going to, you have no idea when you get clarity around this, how fast you're actually going to get clarity and get your post out there. So if you have a masterclass coming up, a freebie that you want people to download, a challenge or something, this is a huge opportunity. We have generated massive amount of qualified leads to our events and to our clients' events. So this is a huge opportunity. Jolene, oh, welcome, Joe. So happy to have you joining. I need to go and this might sound something, but now I need to go and stalk you. I love to go and see what people do to get an idea, because then I can help you so much better, right? I can help you so much better when I know who you are, who you help, what you do. That is why I love to do calls with people. So I can't wait to jump on a call with you, Jolene, and have that. I hope I say your name right, and have that clarification call as well. And since you join now, we're going to open the group, because I actually opened this a small little Labor Day special, and then it elevated, and I thought to myself, oh, I want to do a 4-week kind of workshop, or whatever you want to call it, event out of this. So I opened the cart now again. So the group is already open. So if you join today, you get an extra week as well, because we don't start until Monday. But this, I'm going to say, I closed the door on Wednesday. Then I close this down, because people won't need to be able to have time to go through the clarification module to start on Monday, because that is how you get the most out of it. So when you join now, go into where it says, I'm going to add now the clarification, because that is a bonus. It wasn't there last week. So I'm going to add that. So you can actually tomorrow start in that little module. Okay. So you are done with that when we start Monday, because that is going to help you massively. Right? It's going to help you massively. So the offer, the page, it's going to be closed Wednesday. Then no one can enroll at all. Okay. No one can join at all. So to midnight, it's 77, and you get a 30-minute clarification call or strategy call, whatever you need help with. But usually the clarification is one of the biggest issues why we attract the wrong kind of leads, or leads that, or no leads, or very little leads. Okay. So thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you, Jolene. Yeah, like to kind of stalk people to see what they are doing. Okay. So thank you so much for this training. I'm going to pin it in the top, and I'm going to do a post about the 4 weeks that is coming up from starting Monday. Okay. So thank you so much. And I can't wait to see you inside. So take care, everyone. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Take care. And I see you inside. Bye.